Okay, so you've got yourself one of the Bartops. Here's a quick run through of how to use it. Plug your Bartop into a normal household socket, 13 amp, turn it on. The machine will auto boot. Once it's warmed up, the Raspberry Pi lights will come on. Turn your monitor on. Monitor's initializing. Don't touch any buttons. Just let the program run itself. It'll come up with the RetroPie sign, and then it'll run through the boot program. Again, don't touch any of the buttons or any of the controllers. Let it auto run. It'll then go through to loading the emulators for you, and it'll bring you to the main menu. Your main menu will look like this. You've got player 1 joystick, player 2 joystick, and you're going to use your joystick right and left to pick which emulator you want to play. Your arcade, Atari, Atari Lynx, Sega Master System, Nintendo. The RetroPie is just the settings configuration for the machine, so you don't need to worry about that. Sega 32 is the Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, and then back to your arcade. Once you've picked where you want to play your game, you go to your player 1 controls. Top left, player 1 control is your select button. You're going to press that and select it, and it's going to take you into your arcade menu. All you're going to simply do then is scroll down to whatever game you want to play. Again, top left on your player 1 controls is your select, and it will select the game for you. Don't touch any of the buttons. Wait for the game to auto load. And there we go. So once the arcade games are loaded, you've got down here player 1 start, player 1 coin, and on the other side you've got player 2 coin, player 2 start. Arcades, drop your coin in, press your start button. Arcades are used on the top 3 buttons to play the game. And there we go. Player 1, player 2. When you finish playing a game and you want to go back to the main menu to choose a different game, on your player 1 controls you hold down the bottom left button and then press player 1 start. And that will boot you back to the main menu. Once you're on the main menu, you can either select another game in the arcade menu, or you can press right on the joystick and it will pan you through the other emulators, Atari, Lynx, Sega, and so on. Once you've picked another game that you want to play, you'll scroll through the menu. Player 1 joystick buttons, top left is your select. Select your game, don't press any of the buttons, and the game will auto load. There we go. Now, the Sega Master System, the start buttons are the top 2 buttons to start playing the game, and they're the same 2 buttons to play the game. So once you've finished playing the game and you want to go back to the main menu, it's bottom left and start. Let me show you that better. Bottom left and start together, bounce you back to the main menu. Now, Sega Master System and Atari Lynx, it's these 2 buttons to start and play the games. When you're on Sega Mega Drive, Nintendo and Super Nintendo, as I'll show you now, if we go across to the Mega Drive, pick a game on Mega Drive. Again, top left button, player 1 is your select. Don't press anything else, it will auto load the game for you. With the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo and the Nintendo, player 1 buttons down here are your start and your select. Okay, So that's to start the game, and then you back up to your top 3 buttons then that control the game. Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo use the top 3 buttons, Nintendo uses the top 2, but Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo and Nintendo, you have to use these 2 buttons as you start and select, and then you go back up the top to play your game. And again then, you would press those 2 buttons to bounce back out of the menu. If when you're playing the game you get overexcited and you end up pressing some buttons and you come up with a menu that looks like this, you can either press your top left select button to resume the game, and if you forget about that and you come to a menu you don't recognize, simply go to the power supply, turn the switch off, turn it back on, and it will bring you back to your main menu. And there it is, back to the main menu. When you get the machine, you'll also be given a couple of spare buttons in case any of the buttons on the top there through gameplay over the time stop working. I'm going to show you how to change out a button. It's very simple. In the corner of the joystick panel you've got 2 screws here and 2 screws here, and they're under, as you can see there, plastic cap. Use a flat screwdriver or a kitchen knife if you can, be careful. Pop the cap open and just undo the screws. Once you've undone your screws on either side of the joystick panel, simply use the joystick, slide the panel upwards and towards you, and it will reveal the buttons behind. Very simple to change a button out. They're held on with these black screws, the black nuts, sorry. Undo the nut, so the joystick button pops out. Simply pull the wire out, swap it out for a new button, push the wire back in, pop your button back in, and reattach it using the nut. Once you've reattached the nut and you've popped the new button in, put your joystick controller back, push it all the way forward so it's into place, and drop your screws back in, and then away you go. Okay, the last thing to show you, while you're scrolling through your menu and you're looking for a game to play, if you accidentally press the start or coin buttons, you'll come up with a screen that says main menu, and you simply push the button to get back out of it. So if you press player 1 select, it will come up with the main menu. Press player 1 select, it will get rid of the main menu. If you accidentally press player 1 coin, it will come up with options, and again you don't need to worry about it, just press player 1 coin again and it will bounce you back out of it. If you get completely stuck, again just turn the machine off, turn it back on, and it will bring you back through to your main menu. If you have any problems guys, you've got my details, drop me a quick line, anything I can help with I will. Thanks very much for watching, bye.